Alright, we're back for turn 8 of K-Scale Paper Wars 101 Compass Games. Um, Actually, we're one turn away now from starting to roll for the end of the game. Little quick recap here. The Japanese were basically repulsed and eliminated off the west coast. So that front is gone as a concern. So now all that's left is the east coast. It doesn't look like the Germans will be able to capture 26 cities. They've only captured 2 at this point. And those, well, at least this one's been a hard-fought battle, and they've been repulsed over here. And I guess they could get 3 down there, but that won't get them anywhere near 26. So basically, their only path to victory seems to be successfully taking Tulsa, which is a sudden death victory for the Germans. But they're not succeeding well. The Americans have good replacements, and they can just keep falling back and screening. So they can trade distance for time. Meanwhile, they're even trying some limited counterattacks here. Didn't quite succeed, but it can put pressure here. The Germans are trying to concentrate here and push their drive up here. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and start turn 8. And per the sequence of play, we start with the U.S. strategic phase, which means we roll for air power, take replacements, and then drop any atomic bombs if available. So first let's roll for East Front air power. Don't need to roll for the West Front anymore. There's nothing there. So that's a 3. Again, they only get 1 air power. And my thinking is to put it right here. Okay, so that's the air power phase. Then we've got the replacement phase. Normally we go alternate between the east and the west front, but there is nothing on the west front now, so what I'm going to do, house rule, is just take half of the replacements. Let's see, how many are there? I'll drop back. Yeah, we got 4, so we'll just put 2 back. There we go. And then they can place these. So where should we place them? Let's see. Oh, that's just a garrison unit. So the question is, do we place them there? Alright, let's put one here. And let's put the other one down here in New Orleans. Alright, so that's the U.S. replacement phase. They get an atomic bomb, and yes, they're going to use it. And of course that influenced my placing of air power. This is the perfect target here. So we're going to do a -2. Let's see. So it's just a -2. Not another -1 for no air power because it's there. So survey says that's all they need. 1. That immobilizes these guys. 1 replacement there. And then this pretty much means the Germans can't use that stack to attack. So it didn't cause a lot of losses, but it did cause just enough to immobilize these units in place. So that is the U.S. Oh, we didn't do, we did replacements. Let me check something here. Alright, so we had an odd number in there, so I'm just going to put him in there for next time. That's good enough. So I think that ends the replacement phase, and that takes us to the German combat move combat, their decision. But that doesn't give them an attack. Now we got an interesting predicament here for the Germans. They could attack the garrison and they'll probably succeed. And then they can move. But then that's as far as they can get. Or they could attack. But they've lost one of their big stacks here. They're going to lose a turn too. If they wait. Without that stack, they really can't pull off an attack here. And if they do take mobile, that's as far as they can get. That's really not moving very fast. And then we are worried about what's going to happen here. I can take a replacement here so they can stick around a little longer. That really put a hurt, and then they need to start rebuilding this guy. They can't afford a turn of waiting. I just don't see them making it, but we do a move first. What does that buy us? That gets us here. But we can't attack without these guys. Normally, if they hadn't done that, probably I would have done a move in combat, and then we would have potentially have a hole. But now we don't, and we don't know what that is. So maybe this time we do a combat and then move. So that's strength of 1 with a 2 shift. So I think, well, I think what we'll do is we'll do a move combat, shift these guys up here. Maybe I'll leave somebody behind to attack down here. And then we'll just pile. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. We'll pull this guy up here. Yeah, we'll pull this guy up here. And let's pull this off a little. Pull these two guys up here. That gives me 16, and 8 is 24, and they're going to have a 1 shift. I'm just going to put it here. Now the question is, how much do I have left here? 10. 10 to 1 with a 2 shift. That'd be nice if we could score both of these. Yeah, they can do one like that. We'll leave that guy there. Then what do we do with the rest of our units? This guy can hold the line here. This guy can reinforce, actually. So should he reinforce here? 8 and 16. Well, that's a 6. 8 and 10 is 18. We're at 15. No other shifts. Or you could come down here and reinforce here. 4, 6. We know this one, 10. That's 10. Down 1 is 9. 10 down 1 is 9. Sorry, I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. There we go. So it will be 10 down 1 is 5, down 2 is here. Let's pull this guy in down here. I hopefully, that really hurt, not being able to use these guys. We'll pull this guy here. So that's getting to be a long line. Then we got a problem here. If I pull this guy over here, they can get all around this guy. Maybe they should pull back. That guy's exposed now. Gives us a flat line. They can only attack from 2 hexes. We got to put somebody here to give us that flat line. Or we can pull this guy back here, and then we've got a flat line, so he can reinforce anywhere. But then they can attack the beachhead. Let's move this guy to the beachhead and this guy here. Okay, these guys I may have to pull into the fight. I don't know any other way to seal off this peninsula. Short of taking Jacksonville. But if we come down one, that doesn't matter. They're still going to be able to place a replacement there and then run up here. Well, what happens if I don't? Then these guys can run up here. We'll hold these guys there for now. Okay, so that's the Germans. And now we've got the German attacks, and I'm not holding my breath on these. Maybe they'll get lucky. 8, 9, 10, 14. They got a 13 with a 2 shift. So let's see what we get here. So that's a 10 with a 2 shift. We're down to 4. Wow, anything but a 5 or 6. Jeez, okay. Unbelievable mobile holes. This is not working out for them. 8, 9, 10, 14 down 1 is 13. 13 is 10. 2 shift for there, and then they roll a 5. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So it still holds. 16 and 8 is 26, and they have 1. Good. 26 to 7. Oh, but it takes them right under. 8. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 down 7. 24 down 7. Okay, that's a 15 with a 1 shift. They're on the 10 column. Okay, that's a better roll. That's a 1 and 3. So we'll take that one. We lose 1. And these units are eliminated. It would have been nice to have taken Mobile too, but it was not to be. And now we can advance after combat. Anybody who advances after combat can be cut off if they had enough units for a counterattack. So, well, let's live on the edge and do this guy. And 2, 4, 6. Let's just make it strong. And I think that's where the air power was. Okay. So they won there. It would have been nice to take Mobile, but not to be. Alright, so that's the end of that. Let's mark unmoved, and now we've got replacements. Definitely this guy gets the elite. And then, dang, we gotta use it here. We need him in the front lines. So that's the end of the German phase there. So now what is the US gonna do? Alright, I guess they can continue their counterattack over here, or shift these guys over here. So they're gonna screen over here. I really don't need to leave someone in New Orleans because this guy shuts the door with Zoc. Well, let's think about this. They can move here and then attack New Orleans and get behind him. So let's put this guy here and this guy here. Okay, trading space for time while counterattacking the beachhead. We'll see. Where else do we need to put somebody? Birmingham. I gotta put a control marker there. I think that pretty much seals them off. Get one of these. There we go. Okay. So that contains them still. Again, trading space for time. What are we going to do with the Memphis unit? Keep him in reserve. They're not on the waterway yet. Okay, so there is no combat for... Unless they go for Birmingham, and they're not going to with 6. Their odds aren't good, so I don't have to worry about that for a combat move. You know, if I stacked all these, did a probing attack, and then attack from the side, and they'd be well, that's still not, no, I couldn't use them all. I can't get here. Okay, let's resolve the mystery. I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull this guy down here. That's pretty wimpy there, but let's pull this guy down here. And we should be okay. I mean, the Germans, if they start attacking up here, can't win. There's not enough time. So, and then these guys will all attack him, and we'll find out what these units are. So, and then this guy definitely staying in Memphis. He can quickly get here. Yeah, I don't see the Germans making it, but we'll see. Let's start putting some pressure on the beachhead perimeter line here, or the port beachhead perimeter line. So let's attack with these guys. Nice. Oh my, yes. Nice to know. These are great attack units. Okay, so these 4 are going to attack here. And that 8 takes out that, so we got 5, 13, 19. So close. 8 and 8 is 16, and 6 is 22, is 27, down 8 is 19. Okay, 19 it is, so let's pull up the chart. That's 15. 15 chart. Oh boy. This guy's dead. So he goes, that's not good for the Germans. And then they have advance after combat. Let's do this guy. Okay, the U.S. has strong forces and a clear path to shut things. Whoa, they could shut down the supply lines if they can do it here. Okay. So that is the end of the U.S. move. So we are at the end of the turn. And where are we at? God, they still didn't take Mobile. They should have, and then they should have been set up to quickly drive here. But it looks like the U.S. can put units in front of things to prevent that, and now the Germans have to deal with this threat. Maybe they're going to have to pull somebody back. But now this guy's exposed too for another counterattack. These are strong forces. So I don't see the Germans winning. But I think we're at the end of the turn, so that's the situation. They're desperately trying to get to Tulsa, and the clock is ticking, and meanwhile the U.S. isn't sitting back and screening them. They're trying their own counterattack down through here, potentially to either cut off and then sweep through and take the ports. But all they'd have to do is get a line of Zocs here, and then these units would be cut off. So they are threatening the German supply lines. Alright, that's the end of turn 8. When we come back for turn 9, though, the big event is the game could end on a die roll of 1. So we'll see. That kind of simulates, as the war goes longer, the Germans and or Japanese economic support for this kind of combat is too taxing, and their economies collapse. At least that's what the rules say. So, thanks for watching. If you like, please click like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comments are appreciated. See you next time.